Hey folks, Landstryder here, and you're watching episode 17 in season 3 of my Nightmare series. I'm in the Crash Landing pack by Iskandar. This pack's available on the Feed a Beast launcher. Let's get back to what I was doing last episode. I was starting on putting together my pressure system. So I needed to hold up because I needed to sift a bunch of dirt, so I did that off camera between episodes, sifted about a stack of dirt, almost. So yeah, I used up a bunch of my dirt that I would have much rather been filling in that area out there with, but I needed to get some grass seeds, and if we look in my inventory, I did manage to get one grass seed out of that stack. I also got something else that I actually really was happy about. I got a rubber seed. And then I went ahead and made a few stacks of gravel and sifted those out, and I got some lapis. I put the rest of it away. And then I switched this back over to sifting dust. So it's still got lots of dust to sift out. Just take a quick look at what I've got up here. Made a little bit of Invar so that I would be able to continue making shears and making more dirt. So I've been keeping that loaded with leaves. And then of course I've got plenty of water, so no worries there right now. Plenty of water. Um, Occasionally, I occasionally had to make sure that I take these oak saplings out, and what I've been doing with those extra saplings that are coming out of there, I've been taking them up and making more dirt out of them. So that's what's been going on. Got some fish sandwiches, some leafy fish sandwiches, some Bucks cheeseburgers for my meals today. So doing pretty good on food. So let's get right to what I need to do next. So to complete the next quest, let's take a quick look at what that quest is. On the under pressure line, I want to do this side quest, which is kind of important to me. I don't have to do the side quest, obviously, to proceed forward, but I want these pressure chamber interfaces so that I'll be able to automate my, well, at least, yeah, automate, we'll call it automate, basically so that I don't have to break the chamber every time I want to use it. I can put stuff in and get stuff out of it without having to actually physically break it and to get inside and get the stuff out. So, all I gotta do is take grass seed and some kind of blue dye. I believe lapis is the main choice here. And I'm gonna get some rain plants, which is gonna allow me to grow those up here in a second. Just toss them out there and let them propagate. Actually, I have some bone meal, so I don't have to make any for that. And I'm gonna grow them till they look like they're like that, and then let them propagate some. You kind of bounce around a little bit. Sounds like all the mobs are dying outside right now too, so I might want to go out and get that stuff. So it's probably not super important. How much? Yeah, I got 6 stacks of bones, a bunch of... Nah, not even going to worry about it today then. I've been worrying about it less and less as that barrel fills up with stacks of bone. And I know 6 stacks is nowhere near its capacity, but now, the blue ones you can't really over-fertilize because they don't do anything when they get full grown in this map anyway. Because I think they would cause rain on a regular map. Actually cause it to rain when they were fully grown. You see I can't really over-fertilize it at all, so it doesn't do anything once it's fully grown. It just stops having an effect. Same thing with a lightning plant too. I don't believe I can't do anything else with it. It won't go any further. The creeper plants are one of the ones that you can kind of over fertilize. Same with the squid. Any of the ones that spawn things or that shoot out seeds can be over fertilized. In which case, you just best at that point just let it go ahead and shoot out the seed or whatever it's going to do, and then deal with that afterwards. Let's how much? I have 26. That's more than enough for the time being. I basically need to get... Oh, I think I only need 12 to do the actual crafting operation that I need to do to get this side quest done and build the automation parts for this. So actually I probably didn't need to break that second one. I'm just going to toss those in there. Put the chamber back together. Flip the switch. And those should burn. Of course, you got to remember that even though I've taken the redstone signal away, it's still going to use up the fuel that's in there. So that's something to consider if you're trying to automate this system. Because it's always going to use up the whatever fuel it was burning last. So now I just gotta wait until it should actually get up to that much with just the one piece of fuel, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So as soon as these flip over, the other thing I can do is start getting ready to make all the rest of the subparts there. I'm gonna need B chamber. This is what I'm trying to make, the chamber interface, which is gonna take a bunch of compressed iron. It's gonna take these cannons. It's gonna take pneumatic cylinders, which take cannons, which take safety valves, which take some pressure gauges. So we need some gold, probably some more iron actually. Yeah, pretty sure I'm gonna need much more iron than that. You get in there and grab those now. So more likely I'm gonna have to go ahead and put some iron in there. So let me come upstairs, get the materials that I need for all this. I'm gonna need a total of 4 levers. 4 levers, and then I'm going to need a total, I'm going to need some gold and some iron. I'm going to come out here to get that. That should all be in this chest right here. Some gold, some iron. I actually don't have a ton of iron available right at this moment, so I might end up having to smelt some, but I think this 24 that I just pulled out of there should get me through. Any extra iron in here? Does not, no, it's aluminum. Tin. Guess not, so hopefully this will be enough. So let me toss this 24 iron back in there. Put the window back again. And go ahead and throw the lever, give it some fuel, and while it's cooking that up, I'm going to go grab some water because I'm starting to dehydrate a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me a full camel pack here. In just a moment. There we go. Got that. Alright, we're looking good there. So while that is going, I'm going to take this little bit of iron that I do have in here. I think I might need some tubes. Yes, actually I'm sure I need some tubes. And I'm going to come down several crafting levels. There we go. First, start with these. I need 2 of those. There we go. And then again down through, I need 2 of those. There we go. Now I don't believe I'm going to have materials for the next one. Well, maybe I have 10 compressed iron. How much does the, so 10, that's the 4, 5, 6. So actually no, I don't. I gotta wait for that to compress. And if I look in here, that's actually going to take 2, so that's not going to be enough fuel the first time through. So I'm going to have to let that go ahead and stay on and burn up at least 1 more piece of fuel in each one, I believe. Might even take an additional 1 more beyond that. Okay, back in a second as soon as this is done. Okay, there you go. See it's starting to convert right now. And as soon as it's done, which it is, I'm going to go ahead and break the chamber and grab the stuff out of there. I'll lose air pressure again, but it's not a big deal. Pretty soon I won't have to worry about that. As soon as I get these, what are they called? Pressure chamber interfaces done, then I won't have to worry about losing all my air pressure all the time. Okay, so make some cannons. Make 2 of those. Then I'm going to need a hopper. Let me go make a hopper out of aluminum. I'm sure I have plenty of aluminum up here. And chest and aluminum. There we go. And now I should be able to do the final craft, right? Yeah? No, not quite. Still got to make the actual pneumatic cylinders. There we go. Now I can do the final craft. Gives me 4 of these. I only need 2 of them, but the recipe makes 4, so we can just go ahead and get this set up. So I'm going to do this a little differently than I have done in the past. Instead of putting one on the or one on 2 sides, I'm actually going to put them on the top and the bottom. So just go down and go break this one as well. Okay, so I should be able to look up and put one up there. Is that gonna work? No, it's backwards. I actually want this one to be on the bottom, so there we go, like so. Just gonna toss a piece of wood in there for the moment. Oop. There we go, so I can jump up out of there. Break that, and put the other one up here. There we go, and that's fully functioning again. And yeah, that looks like it works. So, to get the materials out of there, I think an item duct is probably going to be okay. Item duct to get the materials out into the chest there, right beside the machine. Where did I put those extra bits of item duct? There they are. Oh, you know what else I want to grab? I want to grab a pneumatic servo so that I don't have to worry about a redstone signal. Ooh, actually, putting this where it's where I can't get to it very easily might not be a great idea. I guess I'll just have to leave a way to get down to it. I think this is why I usually put it on the side for pulling stuff out. But I got a better idea. Instead of using a pneumatic servo, then I can do something a little differently. I won't use the pneumatic servo, I'll actually use a redstone signal that I will send from out here. So yeah, put that back down like so. And then all I need to do, I think, is get some redstone. Yeah, I'll get a piece of redstone. I could use something else, but I think just a basic piece of redstone will work. I could use the Mine Factory loaded cables. Let's see if this does what I want it to do. So in order to tell if it's doing what I want it to do, I need to actually be able to see down here, and I need to make sure that I do this so that that is set to pull out. And I actually want the well, what I should do also is replace all these floors and walls with some bricks or something, you know. Do that when I actually need the dust a little bit more than I do right now. But first, I need to get up out of there. I need to make a lever. Didn't make actually, I do not have all the stuff for lever down here. Yeah, up and down, back and forth. That's no big deal. One more lever. There we go. So now, if I put this lever right here, and I just want to see if if I flip that, yes, that provides power, that turns on. Good, that will work. So now I can actually just don't have to worry about filtering it. Actually, I kind of do. Because what's going to happen is the first thing I put in there is going to immediately get pulled out of here. Nothing's getting pulled out right now because there's no pressure in it, but as soon as I provide it with a little bit of pressure, it should pull that bit of wood that's in there out. Yes, it did. It did. So if I want to do it like this, I can, except I'll have to remember that I'm going to always have to put in a little bit of extra material in order to get what I want out of it. Or throw something in there. Or throw something in there that's going to block it until I'm ready to pull everything out. Might do it, might set it up like that way. That'll do for now. Maybe I'll change it later and actually have a filter on this that only pulls out the items that I want. I could also take and use another one of these pressure chamber interfaces and do a second be able to pull out from the side so that I could actually have a whole bunch of different filters that would be like this time, if I just want to make plastic, I can pull it out the side, but if I want to make any of the complex parts, I can pull it out the bottom. We'll see. Just gonna have to give this a try for a while. Like I said, usually I put the two interfaces on the sides. This is just a little bit different. And then on the top up here, I'm actually going to get another chest. Actually going to get two chests. And do something here real quick. I want... Oh shoot. It's not going to quite work yet because I don't have the tool I need. I need at least I'm going to get the one chest anyway. One chest, and then I'm going to do this. And that's going to give me an omnidirectional hopper. Now I would be able to change the direction that this works, but I don't have a pneumatic wrench yet, so I'm going to have to get that later, and then I'll be able to attach a... Whoops, that's not what I wanted it to do. I want to face the other direction. Well, let me just put that... No, that won't work. That won't work. I can't jump up there. I need to jump there. There we go. Did that work? Well, it did kind of work. So, what if I wanted to... I actually want it to face this direction. Oh, that does work. Good, good, good. That's it. That's even better. That's even better, because now I can go ahead and make a chest. Put the chest right there in front of this hopper. And it'll pull out the back of that chest and push it into the interface. So yeah, that'll work. That works. That works good. Okay, so the only thing left to do now is to give it a good test. So, well, actually, what I could do now is go ahead and turn this in. So, rewards. Don't have to pick. This is what I'm getting. I'm getting item ducts, pneumatic servo, and a reward bag. Let's see what's in that reward bag. Maybe I'll get something good. I got... it looks like I went to Dunkin' Donuts and got a pack of donuts, so I'm gonna eat donuts for a while. Yummy, yummy donuts. Okay. Guess not entirely terrible, but kind of like a short-lived reward, so let's get back and see what the next quest is. So the next quest is I'm actually going to want to do this side quest because I need this blueprint. I need this PCB blueprint in order to craft the light box. So to do that, I need to get some stuff together here. Let's look at what it is. Let's look at what all that is. I actually need to get together. I need to get an emerald, a bucket of etching acid, a compressed iron, and a plastic. Well, I have the iron, the emerald, and the plastic, so it's just this bucket of etching acid that I need to get together. So in order to make that bucket of etching acid, I'm going to need to go ahead and, well, for one, I'm going to clear out my inventory a little bit because it's getting a little cluttered with all this food stuff, and well, that'll work for now. Pneumatics, do I have a place to store these? Not really. Oh, yeah, they are in there already. So, okay, good. These extra pneumatic parts can go downstairs. So what all do I need? I need 2 spider eyes. I need 2 zombie flesh. I'm going to need 2 gunpowder. 2 green plastic, which is going to be downstairs. I'm pretty sure I have it down there already. And a bucket of water. Bucket. There's my bucket. Here's my water. Okay. So remember I said I have to... That's off. I have to throw something in there to kind of jam the output real quick. So I want to do that. That jams the output. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 gunpowder, the 2 spider eyes, the rotten flesh, the water, and then I need green plastic. 2 of those as well. 1, 2. And then you see that stuff's all getting... Oh. I sure hope... I don't know what went into the exit valve, but I don't think the right thing went in. So I see the block of wood floating in there. I might have to throw something else in there. Let's see what actually ended up in the valve. No, there's a block of wood there. Maybe I accidentally threw 2 blocks of wood in. That's the only thing I can imagine. Well, let's just keep an eye on it. We'll still adding stuff in because these valves are a little slow. The interfaces are a little slow until you're able to do some upgrading to them. So there, see dropping stuff in there still. There's the rotten flesh. There it goes. The bucket of etching acid has been crafted. So now I can go ahead and flip this switch, and it should, in a second, start pulling the rest of that stuff out of there. Yeah, I accidentally put 2 pieces of wood in there, is what it is. And in a second, it should pull out the etching acid, and then a few moments later, it'll show up over here in this chest. Good. And yeah, there it goes. Etching acid. Okay, so now I have the etching acid, the plastic. I don't need these other extra pieces right now. The compressed iron. Now all I need is to go grab an emerald, which I should have an emerald up here somewhere, I hope. I hope I've gotten an emerald from sifting. Okay, maybe, oh boy, I might not actually have the emerald yet. Might have to sift some more gravel, and it does kind of appear that that's the case. So in order to get the emerald that I need, I'm going to have to sift a bunch more gravel because they're kind of rare. Yeah, so looks like I'm going to be pounding out a whole bunch of gravel by hand, I guess, again. So I know you guys don't want to watch me smack gravel or smack cobblestone with a hammer for the next 15 minutes, which is probably how long I'll be doing it, just to get some gravel. So I'll be back after I get a bunch of gravel put in there and maybe get an emerald out of it. So back in a few. Okay, come back up here, give it a check. I've got 1 emerald. That'll do. Let's see how much. Looks like it only took about half a stack of stuff. So if I come down, jump back down here, open up my quest log again, and go ahead and manual submit that. Okay, that's going to give me the PCB blueprint and my empty bucket back. Very nice. Thing is I'm actually going to need another thing of acid. So why don't I go ahead and set that up. So get the 2 rotten flesh, the 2 zombie eyes again, the gunpowder. And then I already have the plastic's going to be downstairs. Grab the bucket of water. And I will need that acid so I can actually etch the PCB boards until I can get the automation process of it. built up. That's going to take a little bit of time. Oh yeah, let's toss our one piece of wood in there, just to kind of jam up that valve again. I actually thought of another way that I could do this, because if we look at, look at the one on the top, I think, because it'd be easier to target. If we look here, I can, I guess I cannot. I was thinking that I'd actually be able to send a redstone signal directly to one of these interface chambers and turn it off and on, but that's not the case. So, no, the way I'm doing it for the time being is going to have to just work for me for now. Like I said, I may eventually go back to my original system so I can actually access the pressure chamber valve on the bottom there easily and change the filters of what it pulls in and out. So I'm tossing all this stuff back in there, and then I need yeah, that's right, I need the green plastic as well. Okay, in a moment that's going to make that etching acid again. Now while it's working on, oh, gotta put the bucket of water in there. There we go. Everything should end up in there now. While it's doing that, I can go ahead and use this PCB board to go ahead and make the etching, what is it? Oh, the UV light. UV chamber. The UV light box, that's what it's called. So I'm going to need some redstone lamps, some pressure tube, and compressed iron. That stuff's not too hard at all. So let me jump back up here. I should have 3 glowstones sitting around. Some redstone, so that's gonna make the UV lights, or the actual lights there, the redstone lamps, and then pressure chamber, compressed iron, and tubes should all be down here. So there we go, compressed iron, this goes in the middle, this across the top. Where does my extra tubes? Do I not have extra tubes? I should have had extra tubes. Let me look up here real quick in case I stuck them in a chest up here someplace. Do not see them in there. Don't see them over there, so I think I'm just going to have to go ahead and make some tubes. I might have used them up, the last tubes that extra tubes that I had, making the cannons and stuff to make the interfaces. I think that is actually what I did with them. So there we go. There's my UV light box. The UV light box I can actually just, oops, it can't face that direction, and actually I have to be careful when you place this down. You have to be to the side, because it'll only connect to the one side there. This side or the opposite side is where the pipe will connect to it. So that should be filling with some pressure. It is, a little bit. And it appears that I have, yeah, that's in there. And I'm going to go ahead and give this some power. Some pressured air. Still working on eating up my donuts here. Got a jelly donut left, chocolate donut, and actually that fills me up, so I'm good. So yeah, now the etching acid should show up there. There we go. I'm going to put that right back here for now. And you don't want to jump in that because it will burn up your food bar and, eventually cause damage if you stay in there very long in the acid. So now I can actually start making some blank PCB boards, which is going to take iron, I think, which I don't have. I just used up the very last of what I had. Pretty sure that there's not going to be anywhere down here. Yep, I'm going to have to get the iron from up here. If I come over here looking here, should be, yeah, there's a bit of iron in here. Can I go ahead and do this? Jump down here and check this lower chest. See if I have just enough to make one more block, which is good. Go as much iron as I can. Come over here and get this fired up. And then distribute this iron in here so that it smelts faster. That's going to take a few minutes, and while that's cooking and doing all that, I can back up here and I should be able to... Oh, looks like I actually need to make an empty PCB board before I can complete this quest. So to do that, I'm just going to have to wait for some iron. So I'll be back in a moment once this iron's cooked up. Okay, it's processed enough iron now to go ahead and complete the quest. Pull that out, let it continue processing the rest of that iron. And jump down here. I can remember I've got to jam it up first. Then I'm going to take some of this green plastic that I have. And yeah, let's see, 8 of that and 8 of these. And it's going to start dropping those in there in a second. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to turn off the lever, so it didn't actually jam it up with the log. And it pulled out some other stuff. That's okay. I'm going to guess that I need to put one extra piece of plastic in there. And as soon as the iron starts dropping in there, I want to give it some more pressure too while I'm at it. And I think next episode I will actually go and show you what I'm going to do to automate this. It's relatively simple. It's just these factory manager stuff, but I'm not going to get into it this episode. I would like to get this next bit done, but probably running long already. Just wait, drop some iron in there. Come on. Still dropping plastic in there. There it goes. There's some iron in there. Oh, not quite up to the pressure. There it goes. There it goes. Start making PCB boards in there. See that? That's what I'm actually after. So now, if I wait just a few more moments, it should get the rest of those in there. I'm going to start pulling PCB boards out. And I need to get some water again. Dehydrants. When you stand near those machines down there, I think they give off an extra bit of heat, so that's something to keep in mind. You don't necessarily want your industrial machines anywhere near where you're going to be standing around a lot, if you want to conserve water anyway. Okay, back down here. It should be getting these pulled out now. Yes, there we go. So now if I go ahead and where is the quest book? There it is. Quest book. It says that it's complete. So the next step is to take an empty PCB and put it in here and let that start to be exposed using that. So these are not supposed to stack, but occasionally they do. I think it's a bug, so it's not a big deal. Just I don't think it's a good idea to necessarily put it in there, stack in there. It might be possible to go ahead and do that, and it won't, and it might process the whole stack, but technically you're not supposed to be able to. So okay, and these guys are out of fuel now, so I need to go ahead and grab some more fuel for that. And it's going to take a few minutes for that to process out the rest of the way. put this in here and go ahead. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is put half of that over there and cook some more wood and take the other half of that fuel downstairs to use in the compressors down here. So half in here, half into here. How are we doing? So it's only up to 12% so far. So again, I will be back after this is closer to me finishing. Okay, that took a while, but it did finally finish up. Let's take a look at that. Then in our inventory, and then if we get back in here into the under pressure, there we go, and then I think we just need to manually detect that. There we go. And that gives us our final completion. Get a little bit of our compressed iron, and most importantly, we get some components that will actually be able to go ahead and start crafting some circuits. If we look at our circuits, but it actually needs the unassembled PCB. To get that unassembled PCB, what's going to have to happen is, now that this has been fully exposed to the UV, you can see now it has a 100% chance of etching, and it tells you right there, throw in the etching acid to develop. So what will happen is this will have to go in there, and then I'll have to sit in that acid for almost 5 minutes, I believe. It takes quite a while. But we got to remember that even though, or what I'm trying to say, you got to remember that it will still despawn if you go too far away from it, you know, or you log out in the middle of it sitting there in the acid, or if it just sits in there too long before you come back and get it. Now the other thing is in order to get it out of there, you're gonna have to get in there a little bit. And it does hurt, and it really hurts your hunger. It doesn't really do too much to your health, but it definitely takes your hunger down. So, and then I'm gonna just keep putting these over here one at a time, exposing them to in the UV light box until they get to their 100%. Then I'm going to start throwing them in the acid. You can see now that I pulled it out, it has some progress. So it's etched 24% of the way done. So if I throw it back in there and leave it in there for about another, maybe two minutes or so, then I can pull it out and it'll be ready to go again, or it'll be completed. Then I can use it in the circuit. So, I'm pretty sure I'm well over my amount of time that I'd like to spend per episode, so I think this is where I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did enjoy making it. If you did, leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, or you felt that I could do something better, go ahead and leave that in the comments down there as well. So I will catch you later, guys.